Alright, as I'm sure you guys have probably already guessed, I monitor the list of updated plugins on Umod quite closely. Even though I might not necessarily use the plugin, I stay up to date on everything that's going on that list so that I can keep you guys up to date on everything that's going on that list. Yes, I realized I probably just changed colors. I forgot to turn on my color correction. So this is actually my color, not that grayed out ghosty looking thing that I was just a minute ago. All right, so like I was saying, if you guys aren't paying attention to this list on the Umod website, you should be. So when you're at a plugin's main page, make sure you click on this orange button right here that says watch. It'll probably prompt you to log in. And if you don't have an account with Umod yet, you should definitely consider getting one. That way you can actually watch a plugin. Even if you're not necessarily using it, you're still going to get notified anytime the developer makes updates to that plugin. All right, this intro was way too long and I haven't even told you what the video is about today. So let's roll the intro and let's get right into the video. Hey guys, welcome back to Rust Admin Academy, where I teach you guys the very best tips and tricks to owning and operating a Rust server. On this channel, I do a lot of plugin reviews and tutorials to hopefully teach you guys and show you guys some of the pitfalls and traps that you guys might fall into as you're setting up your servers. If you're brand new to the channel, consider subscribing so that you stay up to date on everything that we're working on, and make sure you turn on those notification bells. All right, let's get into today's video. So the reason why I'm talking about the update list on the Umod site is I've been watching a specific plugin get updated like 2, 3, 4, 5 times a day for the last couple of days, which intrigues me. So now I want to go in and check out this plugin. That plugin, of course, that we're talking about, as you can see on the screen, is Bradley Guards. First of all, it's really great to see that the developer of this plugin is actually taking the time to fine tune the plugin and make sure that it's going to function the way that we expect it to on our servers. Taking a look at the documentation for this plugin, it actually has a lot of controls in it. We can control how many crates spawn when the Bradley is destroyed. We can also control how many NPCs spawn to defend the Bradley after we've destroyed it. According to the documentation, that has a max of 11, which is okay because 11 NPCs, especially if you were fighting the Bradley solo, is actually quite a few NPCs to have to fight. And we can, of course, control their hostility, their damage, how much damage they do to you, etc., their health, their kits. We can pretty much customize these NPCs to whatever we want them to be. We can determine which kit they use. So far, this plugin is looking really great and I'm excited to try it out. So on that note, I've never even tried this plugin before. So this would be one of the rare videos that we could call a review instead of a tutorial. You're going to be seeing me using this plugin for the very first time. And if we run into anything, then we'll figure it out as we go along. I don't expect to see any problems, but if we do, we'll deal with it as they come up. So I'm going to go ahead and download and install Bradley Guards onto my test server, which is provided to me, of course, by icedhost.com. If you're currently not happy with your service provider, or you're just looking to get rid of your local host, make sure you check out the guys over at icedhost.com and use the promo code srtbull for 30% off for your first 2 months of service. Anyway, so if you've never seen how to install a Umod plugin, make sure you check out the video in the top right hand corner. It shows you how to install a Umod plugin and what to expect while you're doing that. All right, so basically covering everything I said in the intro: how many crates, how many NPCs, what kit they're using, how hostile they are, how much damage they can do, and how much health they start out with. We can also change the name of the NPCs. By default, they're set up as heavy gunner, and we can change that to whatever we want it to be. So I'm just going to leave this at default settings right now. Let's go into the server and actually see if we can take down Bradley real quick and see what happens. All right, so here we are at the launch site. We've found Bradley. Let's take him down and see what happens after. All right, so we've successfully taken Bradley down, and as you can see off in the distance there, you can see the CH-47 rolling in, and based on the default config file that we just left in there, it should spawn 6 NPCs. I don't know what to expect for a kit. Oh, he's already shooting at me. I don't know what to expect for a kit, but let's check out these NPCs. All right, so they are heavies, and they're upset with me. Let's see if they'll chase me around. It appears as though they will chase to a certain degree. And then it looks like they reconvene where they were dropped off. Now, I don't know if they have multiple drop-off locations. All right, so that's all of the heavy gunners shot down. Let's go check out their bodies. Oh. Apparently we have one more. Oh, and it even says in chat there, guards are down, go get the loot. So apparently it'll tell you after you've killed all the heavy gunners so that you know that you're free to go grab the Bradley loot. So far, I would say that the loot on the bodies is not necessarily standard for heavy scientists. It would appear as though it's just grabbing off of the vanilla loot table or whatever loot table you might have running on your server. Now, I actually should have taken note, and looking back on it now, I wish that I had. I know that Bradley was on fire when we first took it down, and all of the crates were locked and still burning like they normally do in a vanilla scenario. But I'm wondering, after you've killed all of the heavy gunners or the Bradley guards, if the plugin automatically extinguishes all the flames. I'm thinking that's probably the case, but just to make sure, we're actually going to do this again really fast to see if that's actually true. All right, so there we go. Bradley has been destroyed again, and now we have another CH-47 dropping off more scientists. So let's kill these scientists real quick and see if the flames actually extinguish on the Bradley body. I've killed a couple of scientists already. Oh, we've got another one right over here. So Bradley's still on fire. And sure enough, there we go. You kill the last heavy gunner that's defending the Bradley body, and the flames go out, which is fantastic. And again, similar loot, looks like vanilla because I am only running vanilla loot on this test server, and the bodies are going to be the same. All right, so that's pretty much it. That's Bradley guards. In a nutshell, the plugin actually works really good. It's smooth. It's not causing a bunch of lag. It calls in the CH-47 equipped with, in our case, the 6 heavy gunners that are coming to defend the Bradley, which is great. One thing I didn't check or confirm before we got started on all of this was whether there were actually any permissions associated with Bradley guards. So I pulled up my admin menu and there are no permissions, which makes sense because there are no chat commands. There's nothing that you need to do. Essentially, the plugin is entirely automated. All right, so what do you guys think? Do you guys think you'll use Bradley guards on your server? Keep in mind that this developer is making changes to this plugin on a regular basis. Like I said, a couple of days ago, I got notified that there was 4 different updates to this plugin, which is really great to see. This is the type of attention to detail that you want to see from your developers. So if you haven't already, make sure you go check out Bradley guards. It's available on the Umod website. And like always, I'll put a link to it in the video description down below. If you feel like you want to toss some support my way, make sure you check out my Patreon at patreon.com/srtbull. Link in the description down below. And just another reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel so that you stay up to date on everything that we're doing here. I put out a brand new video every Friday at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So make sure you turn on your notifications so that you get notified as soon as I upload a new video. Make sure you're taking care of yourself and each other. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next Friday.